Hello there, guys. Today, this is my review of Captain Marvel. It was released on the 8th of March 2019 by Walt Disney Studios and Marvel Studios, respectively. It stars Brie Larson. Ben Mendelsohn, Jude, Clark, Gregg, Samuel L. Jackson. It's directed by Boden and Ryan Fleck. It's produced by Kevin Feige, and the music is by Mendelsohn. Alright, first things first. The Marvel Studios logo at the beginning is all Stan Lee cameos. That is beautiful. The movie's already 10 out of 10, and we haven't even started yet. Captain Marvel, Marvel's newest film, is finally here, and now I have to say that I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I adored the chemistry between Nick Fury and Captain Marvel. The characters are extremely well written, and so they bounce off each other well, and it always lands perfectly. It works, and it's just very funny. It brings the film to a whole other level, sort of thing. I also really love Ben Mendelsohn as Talos. He's perfect in the role, and again, his character is well written, and towards the end gets funnier dialogue as well as some super serious moments. And the twist ending towards the end of the film, as much as it seems like it was a bit like it wasn't as serious as I think the twist ending was very, very good. I felt like it worked, and it sort of solidifies her as a person that had one thing told to her, but that was a big lie. And when she finds out that it was a lie, she completely just changes her mind. And I just really love the twist ending in this film. It's not really a twist, but you know what I'm trying to say. Mendelsohn's score helps bring the atmosphere to a whole new level. It's a very good score. I feel like she obviously took her time writing it. As far as I'm aware, it's the first sort of big film she's ever done a score for. I believe she's German or French. I don't know. I don't really want to get into that sort of thing. But I do know that it's a very well written score, and the first track, Captain Marvel, is just such a good theme song for Captain Marvel. And okay, so she's Turkish. I didn't know that. But yeah, so she's Turkish, and she did the score for this film. It's the first film she's ever done a proper score for. I believe she's done a score for some other things as well in the past. I think. And I think it uses the instruments as well quite well, and it feels very perfectly paced, and it's not too upbeat when it needs to be, but it's not too downbeat when it needs to be at the same time as well. And I feel like it just brings the film to another level and sort of puts you in the atmosphere, sort of thing. So as far as I'm aware, do you have any other? She's done a few other films, but like this is sort of her biggest film. Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the biggest film that she's ever done. I haven't seen anything else she's done. Well, she did do additional music for Justice League, and she also did music for the TV show Krypton. I don't know how you say it. I know people get triggered if you say it the wrong way. She also did additional music for Fortnite. Just game enemy.
Grunge is a good look for you.
Did you have a rough day, Agent Fury?
I'm gonna need clarification on this space invasion.
Again, Jude Law is in this film, and he is brilliant. There's a scene where Brie Larson's character is asks Von Wog, Jude Law's character, who he sees when he goes to see the Supreme Intelligence. And in a deleted scene, Von Wog goes to the Supreme Intelligence and he sees himself. This would have been such a good film scene if they kept it in the film. I wish it was kept in the film because it shows his inflated self-ego of himself, and it also sort of paints him as a sort of character that just one of those characters who just has such a big ego that he loves himself more than anyone. And obviously, when you go see it's said in the film that when you go see the Supreme Intelligence, you see the person who you like, who's closest to you, who you admire the most, sort of thing. And if he goes in and he sees himself, that just shows how much of an inflated ego he has. Natasha Lynch is also in this movie, and I feel like she does good as well. She's got some good scenes, some very emotional moments, and I feel like the way she's acted alongside the child actor is very good as well. Those two actors were pretty good, and she does the sort of backstory she's given works as well. She's not given as much backstory as say some of the other characters in the movie, but she's still given almost the same amount of backstory as the main character, which probably is the first time you see that sort of a main and a side character given the same amount of backstory, because usually side characters are given a lot less backstory than the main character in the film. But in this film, it's not like that. Also, we got Annette Bening is in this film, and she plays a dual role as the Supreme Intelligence when Veers goes to see her, and Veers is Captain Marvel, by the way. When Captain Marvel goes to see the Supreme Intelligence, she also plays a I think she's part of the Kree or the good guys, if that makes sense. And she plays like she was doing research on Earth, and that's how Captain Marvel got powers, blah blah blah. That was time to explain it now. And just for 1 second, I just want to think the cast for this film is really, really good. There's a lot of good actors in it, and they try their hardest. And I do know this film has received a lot of backlash, and I feel like it's not very well deserved, because I feel like it's a solid film, and it's better than some of the other Marvel origin stories, such as I don't know what many people's opinions are on the first Thor film, but I don't like the first Thor film, and I don't like Thor: The Dark World either. I despise both those two films, but I do feel like Iron Man was a very good introduction to the main character, and I enjoyed Captain America: The First Avenger. I know not many people did, but I did. The Avengers was a good film as well, and the first Guardians film was terrific fun. Ant-Man was a fun little side thing as well. Anyway, we're getting off topic completely. The fight scenes are very impressive and well choreographed, which is always good, and it's good to see that clearly Brie Larson did a lot of the fight scenes herself, and she does lots of posts where she's worked out quite hard for the role, where she's put it online and stuff like that, which is always good to see someone committing to a role. Goose the cat is in this film. It's a cat who's not really a cat, but looks like one. And Goose is just one of the best parts of this movie. It's hilariously funny. It's a very well done sort of element of the film, and I love cats. I know if you look online, Brie Larson actually has, she's allergic to cats, so when they film those scenes, they actually had like just a doll to interact with. If it was a scene where Brie Larson was on the set with a cat, they had a doll to interact with. But if it was a scene with just like Samuel L. Jackson with a cat, like I think it's the scene where Natasha Lynch and Samuel L. Jackson's characters are trying to escape, and I think they had an actual cat when they filmed that. But most of the scenes with Brie Larson is just a doll, and then it's CGI'd over, and I think there's also a bit of CGI done over the cat anyway in the final cut as well, especially with when he comes out of whatever he turns into. One of my favourite scenes is at the very end, a sort of pre-credit scene where Nick Fury is sitting at his desk, and he looks at a picture of Carol getting into a plane, and on the side of the plane it says Carol Avenger Danvers, and Fury's typing away, and he changes the name of this Protector Initiative, which at that point no one knew what it is, but we also had a hint of what it would be, and he changes the name, and we don't see what he types, but with the music cue you get from the score and his face, and he lifts up, it's clear that it's like completely obvious that he typed the word Avengers Initiative, and so the Avengers Initiative was born. The mid-credit scene for the film is set up for Avengers Endgame, which is another film I'll probably end up reviewing probably soon enough in the next couple of weeks, because it's already out it's on DVD now, digital a few weeks back, but it's out now and everything. And the post-credit scene is like a comedy scene, sort of where Goose, the cat, jumps up onto Fury's desk and he pukes out Tesseract, which is it's one of those scenes where it tends to be the I can't remember which one's which now. I think the mid-credit scene usually tends to be the more serious setup for the next film one, and then the post-credit scene tends to be the more just here's a funny joke, because you stay so long, you get a funny joke. Or sometimes it's backstabbing you in the back, like the one with Spider-Man Homecoming, where it's Captain America comes out and he says, he talks about how it's like one of his PSA things he was doing about sometimes patience is a virtue, and sometimes you wait long enough and you get a good thing, sometimes it's not worth the wait, which is just them saying, haha, haha, you stayed to the end of the movie, so we're just gonna make fun of you for it. But I still felt that worked, because it was quite funny, honestly. But some people didn't like that one. Overall, a great film with a stellar cast, great writing, and an excellent score. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Don't forget to subscribe and like down below. I've linked all my stuff in the description. Twitter, Instagram. I always put my Xbox name and my Switch code as well. I hope that this type of content will work, and I thoroughly enjoy making these reviews. I've got a book here where I've written notes down, not a script, because I'm not a script person. I like to go off script, as you can tell. It's just notes and stuff. And and yeah, I feel like this could work for the future, and I really hope that I can continue making these reviews. This is the first one I've done. I'm going to then do Glass next, and Little Bass Angel and the Lego Movie 2. They're the ones coming out soon, and then they will all be done, recorded today on the 3rd of September, and probably going out premiered the next 3 days in a row, sort of thing. And then then it will be Shazam after that. Pet Sematary and Wonder Park are coming up. Endgame is also coming up, and Detective Pikachu, which has just come out, is also going to come out soon. But at the moment, it's just this one. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And this video is now 11 minutes long. So yeah.